So Corero Network Security is a provider of network protection specifically against DDoS attacks. That's distributed denial of service, which is where the malicious parties come and bombard your network with a huge volume of requests in order to cause a network to crash. It's a product called SmartWall that Corero are selling. It's a very interesting product, a disruptor really within what is an interesting market niche. Basically, against a DDoS attack, you can't get protection from a standard antivirus or a firewall system. So they're not going to be competing against the Nortons of the world or the big names like Oracle or Microsoft have, firewall products. But in DDoS attacks, it's a specialist type of product, and there's a specialist group of niche providers. And where SmartWall stands out is that it can provide a solution in real time. So basically with the market leading product at the moment, what happens is you get a DDoS attack, it flags up that there's an attack, and then you can start applying various remedies. You might be down for 10 minutes. If you're an internet service provider and you have all your customers down for 10 minutes, that's big news. What SmartWall does is it can get you back up and running in seconds. So that's the real big differentiator there within an interesting market niche. Very strong progress for SmartWall, up 62% in the 2016 financial year, and I believe we're going to see for the first half of the current financial year, it will be similarly strong growth. It's worth looking in context, though, group-wide context, how things have developed over the years, because this is a group that it's really, in our view, it's completely redefined itself, not once but twice. It was a rather general software company, lots of different niches, redefined itself as a network security company. But then within that, it's then redefined itself again from originally it was more of a intrusion protection systems was the focus, switched to DDoS systems. In a backward-looking sense, you can say, well, to get from there to where we are today, could there have been a neater route? Interesting argument looking backwards. But looking forwards, all investors need to know is the SmartWall product right now, is it the golden product that Corero has been looking for? Is it delivering? Well, 62% revenue growth last year, but this year we've had some big milestones as well. They've signed their second $1 million contract. They've had certification from NSS Labs, which is sort of the gold standard of product testing for this type of thing. They have a technology partnership with Juniper, which is another route to market for them. You can look through the RNS releases. There's been a constant flow of good news for SmartWall, and it's brought some interesting investors on board, that have been on board. But if you look at the investor shareholder register, some big names like Herald Investment Management, I'm sure you're aware of, Miton, and of course the continuing support of Jens Montanana, the chairman himself, who's the biggest shareholder, and he has an interesting background too from Data Tech, which I'm sure you've heard of in South Africa. So you have an equity story that looks pretty compelling to us, and it's attracting the right sort of interest externally as well. I think as these milestones keep coming, you're going to see the share price keep responding. And so the investment case from here on forward, the shares have had a big spike since March when the company did its new equity raising. But when we look at the valuation from here, as we look forward, I could see this in 3 to 5 years being a $50 million revenue stream with strong growth and with the kind of high margins you expect from a software type of business. And then in valuation terms, we're looking at that would mean over 100 million sterling market cap. So, yes, there's been a big uptick in the share price in recent months, but from where we are now, you could still have 3 times, 4 times upside in the medium term if progress just carries on as it has been happening.